Hello and welcome to Push. My name is Matt White, and today we're going to be doing a tech tip on the 9-1. Today we're going to be talking about the axle assembly on the 9-1 fork. In contrast to the common practice, we actually recommend not greasing the axle on our front fork. So let's first take a moment and talk about why people have greased the axles in the past. So what I have here is a common right side up fork with a 15mm through axle. With this axle assembly, you can see that it slides through each leg and then threads in. In order to install this axle, there needs to be some clearance to allow the axle to slide in. Because of this clearance, there is a gap that allows dust, water, and mud to find its way between the axle and the housing. And any contamination in that gap can cause some creaking in the fork. And this is why people have used a thin coat of grease to keep the elements out of that interface. And now let's take a look at what makes the 9-1 different. On the 9-1, we use a pinch bolt clamping system that clamps the axle down and eliminates any gap between the axle and housing. By closing this gap, we eliminate the chance of water, dust, and mud getting into this interface and causing creaking. So now that we have an idea of why we've used grease in the past, let's talk about why we don't recommend it. Because of the inverted design of the 9-1, we rely on the axle to add structural rigidity to the overall system. With grease added to the axle, it can alter the flex characteristics of the fork. So for the 9-1 fork, we recommend a clean and dry axle while installing your front wheel. Let's take a look at what we mean by structural integrity. The axle is a structural member that helps reduce twist in the system, especially during hard braking events. By adding grease to this interface, it can alter the stiffness and consistency of this system. So if you have any more questions about our axle system, be sure to leave it in the comments below.